Hi, it's Miss Dutcher. We have been learning about animals, and you guys have been working on a project for animals. Today, I'm going to read you the story of Incredible Sea Creatures. This book is a nonfiction book, and we talked about nonfictions. Nonfictions are real. So this is a real book about incredible sea creatures. So these are sea creatures that we would actually see in the sea. And this is a part of a nature series. I just love this book because of how beautiful the pictures come out, how their illustrations are so colorful. If you were in the sea, you would see this. This is called coral reef. Okay, it says coral reefs are beautiful underwater areas where incredible sea creatures live. Many different kinds of coral create the reef. Some shaped like a tree, others like a flower, and some like a brain. So here you see the fish swimming around, but this down here, this is coral reef. This is coral, okay? Inside their hard outer skeletons live tiny, jelly-like coral animals called polyps that build this amazing undersea world. And here it shows us some of the animals that live on the coral reef. So we have a giant clam, an angelfish, a surgeon fish. We have a trigger fish. And over here, we have a parrotfish. That's this one. And this one, we have a dusky grouper. And these are clownfish. If you've seen the movie Finding Nemo, you would see clownfish. This one is a golden butterfly fish. And this one is a yellow boxfish. Many of the coral reef creatures are slow-moving and may never leave the reef. Some flutter through the water like the many-finned seahorse. Others slide along the seabed floor like the many-armed starfish. Even the sea urchin, an animal that looks like a plant, is able to creep slowly over rocks and sand. So here we have the seahorse. This is the sea urchin. This is a starfish. And this is a larger version of the starfish. Some of the loveliest reef creatures are the sea anemones. Anemones. That was a hard word to say. See how it has the word here, anemones? And then here it has the pronunciation, anemones. Some are smaller, no bigger than a grape. Others can be 6 feet wide. Beware, those pretty petal-like tentacles contain a poison that stuns small fish and other prey. So here, this is what a sea anemone looks like. Sponges come in all sorts of unusual shapes. Their skeletons are made of spongin, a stretchy material. This is where we get the natural sponges we use to wash with. So this is what a sea sponge looks like. It kind of looks like a loofah that you might use in the shower, not like the sponge we use to wash our dishes. A giant clam. Giant clams can live up to 60 years. The giant clam can grow to 5 feet across and weigh 500 pounds. It opens its huge shell to feed on plankton and algae, tiny animal and plant-like life forms. That's a giant clam. So that's a picture of the giant clam next to what it would look like next to a human. It's huge. And then we have the seahorse. The seahorse has a strange shape for a fish. Its tail can wind around water plants to hold it in place. To move, the little seahorse beats its fan-like fin. And here's a fun fact. The male seahorse carries the eggs in a belly pouch until they hatch. So where, like for you, it's your mommy that has the belly, here it's the male that has the belly of eggs. And here's its tail holding on to the plant so that it could stay in place. Ooh, a sea slug. Sea slugs are called the jewels of the sea. They range from 4 to 20 inches long. See the feathery fringe on its back? That helps the sea slug take in oxygen from the water. So right here helps it take in oxygen. Sea slugs are pretty, but poisonous. And then we have the starfish. We've all seen starfish before. A starfish uses its many arms to move about and catch food. It wraps its arms around a clam and pulls the shell apart to get at that soft animal inside. And here's a fun fact about starfish. A starfish can regrow an entire body from one arm. So if it has one arm cut off, it can regrow an entire body. Let's look at some more animals that we find in the sea. Jellyfish. Jellyfish, or jellies, are not fish. They are soft sea creatures that float in open water. Their long tentacles deliver a painful, poisonous sting that kills its prey. Some jellies are 6 feet wide. So we saw that in Finding Nemo also, didn't we? Okay, and then you have coral. Coral may look like a plant, but it's an animal. This hard outer part protects the soft polyps inside. Each polyp sends out stinging tentacles to catch plankton. So see the white parts? Those are the stinging tentacles. Spotted moray eel. What's that snake-like creature peeking out from between the rocks? It's a fish called a moray eel. Never wave your hand in front of a moray eel. It might mistake it for an octopus and bite it. Here's another eel, and it's called a ribbon eel. Male ribbon eels are electric blue. The females are completely yellow. The tube-like nostrils that flare at the tips give the ribbon eel an excellent sense of smell. So let's talk about this part right here. Ribbon eels are all male at birth. Some later become female and turn yellow. I did not know that. Now here is one of my favorite parts of the book. It's about sharks. The largest predators in the reef are the sharks. Just like many of the other reef creatures, sharks have no bones. They only have firm tissue called cartilage. Like the cartilage that forms in your ears. So if you feel here, you feel that hard part in this part, that's cartilage. And that is what a shark is made of. It's a firm tissue. This type of shark is called a hammerhead shark. Kind of looks like a hammer. The hammerhead shark has a head that looks like a hammer. Each end has an eye and a nostril. So it has an eye and a nostril. This shape helps the shark see and smell and move well through the water. Okay, so we're going to end there for this video. And then on Thursday, I'm going to post the next video that has stingrays. I'm going to learn more and more about animals. Okay, I hope you enjoyed it.